Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to another episode of Let It Rip Sports Show. Today's topic, we have to talk about the Dallas Cowboys and Dez Bryant. Specifically, his tweet where he basically said, and I'm paraphrasing, but he said that without a new contract, I'm not playing for the Dallas Cowboys. I love playing for the Dallas Cowboys, and I love the Dallas Cowboys fans, but without it, I'm not playing. And do you know what I think about his whole resolute position in terms of not getting a contract and not playing? I totally agree with Dez Bryant because you know why? Athletes in general only have a short shelf life, but I'm a firm believer that NFL players have the shortest shelf life of any athlete on the planet. Most people think that, oh, you can play for 8 or 10 years or beyond that, but players don't get that kind of don't get those kind of years. Not everybody can be Eli Manning, Peyton Manning, Charles Woodson, Darrell Green, and Jerry Rice and Emmitt Smith, where they play for more than 10 years. That just doesn't happen. The average shelf life of an NFL player is 3 to 4 years. That's the average. So you really only get one big payday to set yourself up for the future. And if I'm Dez Bryant, I got to think about my future because there have been several cases where, you know what, oh, I'm going to play for so many years, and all of a sudden they get hurt, they get an injury, and they're not even close to the player that they used to be, and therefore they can't get the contracts that they think in their heads that they demand, that they can demand, if you excuse me. Prime example, do you guys remember Javon Walker when he tried to hold out and Brett Favre said, you know what, Javon Walker needs to be in camp, and all of a sudden Javon Walker, he goes to camp, and in the first couple of games, I believe it was the first game, I'm not sure, but early on in the season, he tears his ACL, derails his whole career. But before that, he was a top flight wide receiver in the NFL. He tears his ACL, and it was just all downhill. He went to the Broncos, he went to the Raiders, and he really couldn't recapture what he was in Green Bay. So, honestly, if you're an NFL player, you have to get your money while you can because this business, especially in the NFL business, it is a cold world. They say, hey, look, you can't play anymore. Cut. Another prime example. Look at Wes Welker right now. Can he find a job? He's a very capable receiver. He has concussion problems, which is part of the issue why he hasn't gotten signed, but that's part of the perception. Hey, you can't play anymore. Bye bye. We don't need you anymore. So if I'm Dez Bryant, I believe he should hold out and say, look, I'm not gonna play. I'm not gonna play. Now, I understand the Cowboys and Jerry Jones's hesitation or trepidation with giving Dez Bryant a huge contract to some degree because he has had trouble in the past in terms of his indiscretions off the field, but at the same time, he's been pretty good over the last couple of years. And with every NFL player, or with every athlete, isn't there some issue or isn't there some like I want to say with every player that you give a huge contract, isn't there like a huge question mark in the back of your mind saying, I wonder if he's gonna mess this up? And I shouldn't say every, but isn't that with most athletes you have that issue? Like you never know what athlete is gonna get the money and all of a sudden say, you know what, the heck with it, blah 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 blah. But with Dez Bryant, you're kind of in a no-win situation because he is honestly your catalyst for that offense. Him and Jason Witten. He commands a double team along with Jason Witten. And he opens everything up for Beasley. He opened things up for the running back position. Now, granted, the Dallas Cowboys have a good offensive line, but it's a lot easier when you have a good offensive line and you're not facing eight in the box because you have Dez Bryant and you have Jason Witten. But if you take away Dez Bryant, all of a sudden you get those linebackers coming a little closer to the line, and all of a sudden that affects your running game, and you already have a question mark for the running game with Darren McFadden. Now he's an X-rater. I think Darren McFadden has a boatload of potential, or a boatload of talent actually. He just can't stay healthy, and I think his vision is a little. It's not elite. I think it's mediocre. But with that line, Yes, but as I said, without Dez Bryant, those linebackers coming real close to that line of scrimmage. So all of a sudden, you don't have those wide open ranges that running backs last year had. So I'm thinking if I'm Jerry Jones, you gotta look at the film. Look how much Dez Bryant opens up for the whole entire offense. If you don't have Dez Bryant on your offense for next year, you're gonna struggle. You're going to struggle because honestly, without Dez Bryant, you're a so-so offense. And I say that not giving any disrespect to Jason Witten or Beasley or any of the other wide receivers, but I'll give you a prime example when the Buffalo Bills they had Eric Moles and they had Pillis Price. Eric Moles was a solid receiver, and Pillis Price he had all those explosion plays, and guess what? When Pillis Price thought, hey, I can go anywhere I want, I'll go to Atlanta. Guess what happens? He got double teamed. So all those receivers who were doing work for the Dallas Cowboys, who benefited from Dez Bryant's double teams and Jason Witten's double teams, who are getting single covered, now they're getting double teamed, and that affects how good that shows you how good they really are or how good they really aren't. So if I'm Dez Bryant, I got all the leverage because I know in my heart of hearts the Dallas Cowboys aren't the same team without me. It goes back to Emmitt Smith after they I believe after they won their first Super Bowl. Emmitt Smith held out and they went 0-2. All of a sudden Jerry Jones cuts a check. Hey, you'll be the highest paid running back. It's the same thing. So my advice to you, Dez Bryant, hold out because honestly, they won't be the same team they were last year, and they will miss you. It's all in your favor, big guy. It's all in your favor. Get your money while you can, NFL players. Get the money while you can. That is a lesson to be learned. Get the money while you can. So, that is my thoughts on Dez Bryant's certain contract negotiation right now. Tell me, am I out of my mind? Tell me if I'm right. Tell me your thoughts. Please leave comments below. Once again, my name is Eldridge Bell, and thank you for watching my show. And please don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Thanks again for watching.